Also developing tonight, an outspoken critic of President Trump's immigration policies. Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti facing criticism of his own for ignoring crime data ahead of his run for re-election. LA Daily News drawing attention under the headline, quote, LA Mayor Eric Garcetti accused of being silent on city's rising crime. Joining me now is David Wohl. He is an attorney and Trump supporter, and Richard Fowler is a nationally syndicated radio show host and Fox News contributor. David, when you consider what is going on in the state of California and now to have the mayor of Los Angeles basically hiding the rising crime rate there, this doesn't do the citizens any favors.
No, I mean, you know, last year, 2016, crime was up. Violent crime was up 10% over 2015. Today, in a neighboring city, Whittier, a cop was killed by a violent felon. Yesterday, sources tell me that the sister of an LAPD officer was killed by an illegal alien who had been deported numerous times. It's bad news. I mean, Garcetti doesn't want to talk about it. The election is 2 weeks from tomorrow. Surprise. Look, he and Chief Charlie Beck have turned this city into a full-service sanctuary city, including setting up a $10 million fund for illegal immigrants to access if they get deported, to fight the deportation. That despite the fact that many say this city needs an additional 2,500 cops to make the streets safe. I mean, you know what his priorities are, Garcetti. You know that he doesn't want to talk about it, so voters have to send a message in a couple weeks.
Well,
or else
clearly,
we're in big trouble.
those that are running up against him, because he is up for re-election in March, Richard, are those running against him. Mitchell Schwartz, a political strategist, he's trying to unseat the mayor. He's saying he's hiding and suppressing the police reports from last year. Another candidate, Paul Amore, says crime's up massively and has gotten terribly worse over the past 4 years since Garcetti has been mayor. Is it a good move for someone who's considering a rising star in the Democratic Party to hide something like this?
Well, I think we're talking about two different things here. We're talking about just a general rise in the crime rate and this, you know, LA saying to their citizens saying that they will not abide by Donald Trump's mass deportation order.
No. We're just talking about a mayor that's hiding its rising crime rate.
Right. Well,
and
I think if the reason why the crime rate is rising in LA, just like it's happening across the country, has less to do with undocumented workers, less to do with all the things that Donald Trump says. It has more to do with hopelessness and joblessness. So let's have a conversation about creating jobs, rebuilding public schools.
Okay, so in the past, Garcetti
has solve poverty,
has made it very public what has been happening with the crime rates in Los Angeles. Let's deal in facts here, David. You point out that 10% number. This is according to the Los Angeles Police Department. Total violent crime in Los Angeles. The number last year was over 28,000 incidents. The year prior, 2015, just over 25,000. That's very clearly it's a 10% rise in the rate of crime. This mayor is hiding from this, and this is a city that's going to continue to face a big problem. What's going to happen politically here if he keeps hiding it?
Well, there's no question about it. He doesn't want to talk about it. And when you have a mayor, listen to this, Sandra. On one hand, you're saying, yeah, crime is spiked out of control. I don't want to talk about it. On the other hand, I want my city to be a sanctuary city so lawbreakers can get out of jail and stay here without fear of being deported. Do you see the problem in having those type of positions? That's why he doesn't want to talk. That's why he needs to be held accountable. And Chief Charlie Beck, who, like I said, apparently one of his officers had their sister killed by a fleeing felon, illegal immigrant who had been deported numerous times yesterday. He doesn't want to talk about it either. They both need to be held accountable.
Right,
and this just isn't good for America. It just isn't.
All right.
There's no correlation. Correlation doesn't equal causation in this particular case. Labeling yourself as a sanctuary city and having an increase in crime, there's no statistic that says those two things are related. You cannot show me where they're related. You're saying
you're harboring lawbreakers, Richard.
No, but wait a minute. Violent crime and somebody committing property fraud.
All right, so Richard, the mayor has made it very clear in his statement that he has put out very similar to what we heard from Rahm Emanuel, the mayor of Chicago. He said, "You will be safe here," telling those illegal immigrants.
But those two things aren't mutual. Those two things are completely mutually exclusive.
All right. Well, we hope those citizens will be safe, but a mayor hiding his own crime rate is something we have to shed light on. All right, thanks to both of you for being here.